Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here, Queens boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. It is Friday, and it is raining outside for the daily Shelton, Washington weather and plague rat report. It is raining. It was, when I went out walkies last night, it was not, but boy was it threatening to. When I first started out, half the sky was just blue, and there were clouds, but they were on the horizon. A quarter of the way through my walk, there was no more blue sky left, and it was very, very dark and gray when I got back. And now, as stated, it's a raining. Water is falling from the sky, and so, woof. Which is good, because if water just fell as a sheet out of the sky, someone had calculated that just normal rain falls at such a height, at such a speed, that when it hit the ground, it would kill everyone that it landed on. So it's a good thing it breaks apart into droplets. Or however it works. I don't know. I don't know weather. I don't know. I was going to say wather. I don't know weather. I don't know rain. I have some things written down because, as stated, I did go walkies. And that was good. It was a minor walkies, of course. And for the plague rat part of the whole thing, I mean, everything's open in Shelton. There are still stores that are closed because they're just saying, we're going to stay closed until this is all done. But there are places like restaurants. There are lots of restaurants, lots of bars that are open. There's no social distancing. When I go into, like, Safeway, as I went last night because I needed to purchase some carbonated beverages, spent $4. So about one in maybe 10 or 12 people is wearing a mask, and I'm glad some people are. It's good, definitely good. I just wish more people would. I mean, what is it? We're up to like 120,000 dead from this already. People are saying like, oh, it's like not so, it's only killed this many people. We've only had this many before. It's like, yeah, it took 10 years approximately for the Vietnam War to kill as many people as it did. It took 4 months, 3 or 4 months for this thing to kill more people than the Vietnam War did. Well, American citizens. I mean, the death toll on everyone in the country of Vietnam was actually horrific and nightmarish, so I'm not discounting that. I'm just talking only about numbers that I know of. So, yay! But not to get too depressing on that. Instead, I'm going to talk about this sort of depressing stuff, which is I have been reading and seeing things about there are record numbers of U.S. military people calling in to all of the various places that they can to say, I can't do this. What are my options? Because nobody expected to be pulled into the U.S. to take care of domestic stuff. And thank goodness a record number of troops are just going, no. So that's good that part's happening. Bad that they're being forced into that decision. Because after all, you don't just follow orders. I mean, that was not a defense when they were like having the war crime trials after World War II. Following orders, just following orders is not a defense, because you can always say no. Yes, your options may be a bullet in the back of the head if you say no. But you could have said no. So thumbs up for that. Let's interspace some stuff that's not quite as depressing as that in the middle of all the depressing stuff. Because I didn't sleep as well as I did the night before. Well, this is depressing too, just in a different way. Unfortunately, because my you see the way my cheeks are, and it looks awful. It's terrible. I've got all this extra flesh here, and I have to be careful with my mask because it can press and do things wrong, and if I push my face meat into one particular direction, it will work. In some ways it won't work. And unfortunately, I had my face meat moved into the wrong configuration last night. And not only did I wake up at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night, well, yeah, 2 o'clock is the middle of the night. Not only did I wake up at 2 o'clock because it was too hot, so I had to take off one of my fleecy blankets. I had two. A sheet, two fleecy blankets, so I had to pull off one of the fleecies. And then I never really got to sleep too much after that because of my mask. Thumbs up. So I gotta remember how not to put my face meat into a specific configuration so that I can sleep. Thumbs up for that. Yay. And then of course this one, because I'm very upset about it, and I understand why a lot of other people would be upset about it. This whole Trump having his first rally in Tulsa on June 19th. I mean, I am no great paragon of history learning about my country. And a lot of that is by design. When I grew up, when I was a child, when they were teaching U.S. history and stuff, it was the late 60s, early, and the 70s. When there was a vested interest in making sure that, things didn't get out of hand. And so, out of hand, the white rulers talking about everybody else. And so it's very, very whitewashed history, and a lot of the horrific stuff that's been going on that black people and such have had to deal with for the entire history of this country, I didn't even know about until far too late. Like basically legalized slavery until about 1965 when changes started to be made. And even at that, there's still legalized slavery. If you take a look at some of the states in the U.S., you basically have all the white cops that run everything, all white ex-cops, because it's ex-cops that have run for power, and so they're all government. And you have prisoners, the black prisoners, that can either stay in outside and do stuff, or they can work inside as servants for all the white cops inside of the government buildings. So they have their own slave force with house prisoners and field prisoners. And it is repulsive. But what's worse is with Trump holding the rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where in 1921 there was one of the worst massacres against black people in the United States. So they're going to hold a Black Lives Don't Matter rally on one of the sites of the worst massacres on the day celebrating the official end of racism in the United States. Trump doesn't know what's going on with this. Trump only cares about stuff that directly affects Trump. And so he doesn't care. He only cares that it's a rally. But his handlers and his team know exactly what day and where this is being held. And it is a deliberate slap in the face. So it's joyous that way. But I don't want to talk about too much politics as stated. You know what I feel about politics in the U.S., but you also know that I'm just one person. I'm socially isolated, so I'm not part of a great movement. I mean, I sort of am, that the world is changing, but I'm not a part of it. I'm just one guy out of 8 billion with an opinion that I happen to talk about to a webcam so that my brain will work properly as I recover from depression and the death of my wife. So, thumbs up. And that was another good thing that I wanted to talk about. This is the good thing. I'm not even sure where I was going with that one, because I thought about this one on my walkies last night. It was when I'd first started up my channel, I just did game Let's Plays, and that was good because it got me out of my head to some degree, and I needed to get out of my head. That's why I was floundering and looking for something to keep me alive, and I started up the channel here, and I started doing videos. But I just did Let's Plays and such like that. It wasn't until I did some kind of status report where I talked to people that things started to really click, because my brain worked better after times like that. And so that's why I vlog and do this here. Not because I'm any great or fascinating person. I'm not. I'm just an older schlub who does talking into a webcam. I am nothing special. I'm not famous. I'm not wonderful. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just some older goof talking into a webcam. But I didn't do this to be a shining beacon or to become famous. I did this to get out of my head, to stay alive and recover from my depression. And it was only after I noticed that my brain actually worked better after I started vlogging that I started actually vlogging, doing it as a regular thing instead of just whenever I happened to have one important thing to talk about, that whether it was important or not. And so, yeah. And now my brain has been working so much better. If I hadn't had the channel, I never would have recovered to the point that I would have had therapy to recover even further. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure where I was going with this. Just basically talking once again about why I did the channel, why I continue doing what I'm doing, and such like that. It's like when I talk about politics, when I talk about stuff that may be upsetting to some people, it's not that I'm trying to change and affect the world. I mean, that'd be a good thing if I could, but it's so that things aren't clogged up inside of my head, so that my brain can function. That is why I talk about these things. So that's a thumbs up. It's a good thing. Boy, it's like I got these on Tuesday, and already the inside of my mouth has changed enough that I feel like I'm slurring around them and I can feel it. So it's special. The change of the upper plate, especially because of the buildup of extra plastic that they put in and all that, adjusting to the different shape, and how the inside of my mouth in just 2 days has changed enough. So it's a weird feeling, and I don't want to glue the things in, because if I glue my plates in and then I eat something, halfway through the meal the glue is gone and my plates are flopping around loose anyway, so it doesn't even help. Thumbs up for that. But past that, real quick, I suppose, the status report on the bathroom spiders. The one bathroom spider that's up hanging on the ceiling part, she's still there, moving around. She's basically made her home that one wall. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to have to do with her when I'm going to really need to get things done, but we'll see. I don't want to kill her. I'm just going to have to move her somewhere. Thumbs up for that. And of course, voice control for various things, because there's all those Alexa and Google, and you can talk to your phone. There's Cortana on Windows 10. You can talk to your consoles with voice control. I don't really like voice control. I mean, voice control can be handy, but eventually you're going to be using, if it's more than just idle curiosity, if it's like, I need to start getting some work done, you're going to have to, let's say it's your console, you're going to have to use your controller anyway. So why not just use your controller to maneuver to where you're going, and then just continue using your controller from there. You don't have to go, hey, go to Capture Gallery. Open Capture Gallery. Alright, and then you move from there. It's like, why not just go, bup, bup, bup. You're there, bup, 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 and then keep working. I don't understand a whole lot of people's joys about voice stuff. I mean, if you have one of those things where if you have one quick question, it's like, Alexa, what time is it? You know, if you don't have a clock or a watch, or you're not sitting at a computer, but past that, it's like, why? So, I mean, for some people, I imagine, and I imagine for some disabled people, it's probably a godsend. So, you know, I don't want to be ableist in my assumptions. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking people for having left me a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and we're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm amazed I can remember my own name sometimes. I did remember to get this done, so we have Milian Medeiros, thank you very much. And there is Google account, what a heck of a name. Thank you very much. Denial, greatly appreciated and always good to see you, and thank you for watching those videos. And then we have Levi, thank you very much. Joel Ellender, thank you. We have Complex with a 0 instead of an O, thank you very much. Brittany Gidley, thank you very, very much. Kathy Kiss Cat, good to see you in the comments. And then we have Blagger Dagger, heck of a name, thank you very much. Diamond Gamix, thank you very much. We have Stig, greatly appreciated. Marcus Bolter, thumbs up and thank you. There is Fitz Did Not Spits, how about that? Thank you very much. Thanks. And then we have Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and thank you. Josh Dunn, greatly appreciated. The Real Jesus Christ, thumbs up and thank you. Stuff and Things, greatly appreciated. Monkey Bread Films, thumbs up and thank you very much. Zanko, PR-RP, thumbs up. And then there's Emilio Herrera Orozco. I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very much. And then there is PEP, thank you. We have Tanimation, greatly appreciated. And there's DJ-Tube. I got lost, so hopefully I didn't forget, but I bet I did, so I'm sorry. And then Gang, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you so very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to help me out but you didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you wanted to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validations I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, good Lord. Hit that bell. That was better, not perfect, but better. That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you're down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now at the literal end of time. Thumbs up for that. Well, I have this video here. I have a video I need to record, edit, and render, and hopefully I'll call for my food stamps today. Boy, you gotta love executive dysfunction. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing, a definite thumbs up. And I'm going to add to this or such, but the message is going to stay roughly the same. So, take care.